Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I would like to present about microeconomy assignment EC010Y3. And our group member is Nur Nadira, Nur Anis Nadira, Nur Azma and Nur Syazatul Ain Atika. Today's topic is price elasticity of demand. The price elasticity of demand is divided into two, namely the inelastic demand price elasticity and the elastic demand price elasticity. Price elasticity of demand refers to the response to change in the quantity demand by consumer as a result of change in the price of good. What is the formula? Price elasticity of demand equal to percentage change quantity demand divide percentage change price of demand. The elastic demand price elasticity. Elastic demand price elasticity has a demand price value of more than 1, so it will not get a value of less than 1 or negative. The percentage change in the quantity demand is greater than the percentage change in the price of the good. The demand curve is sloping and not steep. As an example of elastic demand item are expensive item such as high branded bag, high branded clothing, luxury car and other luxury item like Gucci, Prada or something like that. Okay. The inelastic demand price curve has a demand price elasticity value of less than 1. The percentage change in quantity demand is less than the percentage change in the price of good and this demand curve is steeper. For example, necessity such as rice, sugar, cooking oil and salt. Apart from elastic price elasticity of demand and the inelastic demand price in economic, there are also three other additional types of price elasticity of demand, namely elastic unit. First, elastic unit. The unitary elastic price demand elasticity is to have an elastic value equal to 1. The percentage change in quantity demand is equal to the percentage change in the price and a hyperbolic curve. The second one is perfectly elastic. The perfectly elastic price demand elasticity has an elasticity value is infinity and a horizontally shaped curve. The price goes down, then the demand change infinitely while the price goes up. Then the demand decrease to zero. And the last one is perfectly inelastic. Inelastic elasticity has a elasticity value of 0 and a vertically shaped curve. If the price change, then the quantity demand will not change.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Sadira binti Mak Ali. Today, I want to present about income elasticity demand. The income elasticity of demand refer to the sensitivity of the quantity demand for the certain good to the change in the real income of consumer who buy this good, keeping all other things control. The income elasticity of demand can be positive or negative number. Okay, this is the formula. Change in quantity demand of Q divided change in income. Q1 minus Q0 divided Q0 multiply Y1 Y0 divided Y1 minus Y0. Okay, Q0 refer to the original quantity demand. Q1 refer to the new quantity demand, Y original income and Y1 new income. These are the types of income elasticity of demand. Positive income elasticity demand. Income elasticity greater than unity. Income elasticity equal to unity. Income elasticity less than unity. Negative income elasticity of demand plus zero income elasticity of demand. Okay, this is the income elasticity greater than unity. If the percentage change in quantity demand for commodity is greater than percentage change in income of the consumer. It's said to be income greater than unity. Okay, for example, uh, when the consumer income rise by 3% and the demand rise by 7%, it, the, it is the case of the income elasticity greater than unity, such as luxury cars and branded watch. Okay, this is income elasticity equal to unity. If the percentage change in inequality demand for the commodity is equal to percentage change in income of the consumer, it is said to be income elasticity equal to unity. For example, when the consumer income rises by 5%, the demand also rises by 5%. It's the case of the income elasticity equal to unity, such as restaurants and cars. Okay, third, income elasticity less than unity. Okay, if the percentage change in quantity demand, the commodity is less than percentage change in income of the consumer, it is said to be income greater than unity. For example, when the consumer income rises by 5% and the demand rises by 3%. In the case of the income elasticity less than unity. Example, fridge, books. Second, negative income elasticity of demand. If the quantity demand for a commodity decrease with the rise in income of the consumer, it's said to be negative income elasticity of demand. For example, as the income of consumer increase, they either stop or consume less of inferior goods, such as cheap bread. Less zero income elasticity of demand. Any increase in income will not change the quantity demands. For example, in case of the basic necessary goods such as salt, electric, electricity, there is zero income elasticity of demand. The consumer income may fall to Y or raise to Y2 from Y. The demand curve D, which is a vertical straight line, show is zero income elasticity of demand.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. Today I want to present about the assignment economy. The title is Cross Price Elasticity of Demand. Definition of this elasticity of demand is a cross elasticity of demand measures its responsiveness of the quality demand of a commodity to change in one of the variable of which demand depends. The cross elasticity of demand is the proportional change in the quality of a cost demanded resulting from a given related change in the price of a related cost Y. The cross elasticity of demand is a measure of the responsiveness of purchase of Y to change in price of X. This is a formula we do we give in the topic, and the second is a decrease of cross elasticity of demand. This is have three types: is a positive, negative, and zero. This is a positive. When the goals are substitute of each other and the cross elasticity of demand is positive. In other words, when we increase the price of Y leads on to an increase in the demand of the X. For instance, with the increase in price of tea, demand of coffee will increase. Is been shown in this graph. For example, the positive is tea and coffee. The second is a zero. Zero is a cross elasticity of demand is a zero when two goals are not related to each other. For instance, increase in the price of car does not affect of demand of the clothes. Thus, a cross elasticity of demand is zero. This been shown in this graph. For example, we will not relate in the zero is a television and clothes. And the second is negative. Negative is in case of complementary cost, cross elasticity of demand is a negative. A proportionate increase in price of a one commodity list and to a proportionate fall in the demand of another commodity because both are demanded jointly. Is being the show in this graph. For example, is torch and battery. The importance of cross elasticity of demand is clarification of the cost. Costs are classified into the substitute cost and commodity cost. If the cross elasticity of demand between another cost is positive, the costs may be considered a substitute for each other. The second is pricing policy. Each firm produce different related costs. For example, Nepal Never Limited produce various brands of toothpaste and toothbrush. This is a complementary cost. The conclusion I will see in this title, this is conclude by saying that price elasticity of demand is an important aspect. To know how customer preference or responsiveness to a particular product changes with respect to an increase or decrease in product.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Shagatul Ainatika. I will present about price elasticity of supply. Price elasticity of supply is a measure the responsive of quantity supply of a particular good to a change in price with all other factors remaining the same. It is necessary for a firm to know how quickly and effectively it can respond to changing market conditions, especially to price change. And price elasticity of supply also can be defined as the ratio of percentage change in quantity supply of good to percentage change in the price of good. Okay, this is all of the formula that we can use to find price elasticity of supply. The first is percentage change in quantity supply divided by percentage change in price. Okay, all of this is the formula and you must know about what is this, and so on. So this is QO is based on original quantity supply. Q1 is a new quantity supply and triangle Q is about change in quantity supply. And PO, original price, P1 is a new price and triangle P is a change in price. Okay, so degree of price elasticity of supply. 5 degree. We have 5 degree of price elasticity of supply, and all of these have their own graph. Okay, so the first one is perfectly inelastic. When the change in the price of the good will not affect the quantity of supply. Okay, example include product that have limited quantity, such as land or painting from deceased artists. And the second one is inelastic. Inelastic when the percentage change in quantity supply of the good is smaller than the percentage change in the price of good. Example of inelastic good will be water, gas line, housing, and food. And the third one is unitary elastic. Unitary elastic is about the percentage change in quantity supply of good is equal to the percentage change in the price. An example, mobile phone and home appliance. Okay, and the fourth one is the elastic. Elastic is when the percentage change in quantity supply of the good is greater than the percentage change in the price, and value price elasticity of supply is less than 1 but more than infinity. And the example of elastic is a pizza, bread, book, and pencil. Okay, and the last one is a perfect elastic. Perfect elastic is when the percentage change in the price of a good is zero compared to the percentage change in quantity supply. And the value of the price elasticity of supply is infinity. Okay, perfect elastic is considered as a theoretical extreme case.
and there is not really any real life product that could be considered as a perfect elastic. Okay, so this is the first graph, is the perfectly inelastic. As we know, perfectly inelastic is a price of the good will not affect the quantity. The change in the price of the good is not affect the quantity. So the price will be increased, but the quantity is still the same. Okay, second one is inelastic. Inelastic is a percentage change in quantity supplied smaller than the change in price. Okay, quantity supply, changing in quantity supply is smaller than change in quantity price. So if quantity price change 10, maybe change in quantity supply only 5. Okay, and the third one is unitary elastic. Unitary elastic is quantity supply and quantity price change is equal. It's the same like example, if the price increase 10, so the quantity supply also will be increased 10. And the fourth one is elastic. Elastic supply. Elastic supply is change quantity supplies is greater than change in the price. So change in quantity will be greater than change in price. So if change in quantity will be 10, so change in price only will be 6, like that. Okay, and the last one is perfectly elastic. So this is the perfectly elastic graph. And yeah, only that. Thank you.